From the pages of WCW magazine, December 1991, comes a vibrant time capsule from a company standing at the edge of reinvention. The Ric Flair era was over. The gold belt had vanished. And standing tall, or rather smugly, posed with arms crossed, was Lex Luger, the total package, now draped in championship gold but covered in questions. This issue wastes no time pointing the spotlight on Luger's transformation from a smiling fan favorite to a calculated, cold-blooded title holder hiding behind the seasoned cunning of Harley Race and the brick wall known as Mr. Hughes. The editorial tone feels less like praise and more like polite skepticism, asking what happened to the man who once wanted to be a role model and why he now needs enforcers to shield him from challengers. Then comes the usual assortment of features and fanfare, with departments like the Ross Report delivering Jim Ross's trademark blend of blunt insight and southern charm, while Tony Schiavone Talks takes us to the golf course with Larry's Bisco, where kayfabe and fairway banter mix in unexpected ways. The WCW Fan Jam section is a reminder of how much fans truly cared, pouring their hearts into handwritten letters, sending in art critiques, and desperate pleas for their favorites to get a push long before the days of hashtags and Reddit threads. Next, we're treated to a spread on Superstars Super Moves, a love letter to the art of the finish. There's something about reading the breakdown of a move like Sting's Scorpion Deathlock or One Man Gang's 747 Splash that brings back the drama of those Saturday night matches, the way the crowd would surge just before the lock-in, and the certainty that when it hit, it was game over. You can almost hear the ring announcer's voice trembling with excitement. Then we jump into one of the more flamboyant profiles of the issue, Johnny B. Bad. A character who walked a tightrope between showman and striker, Johnny's profile here is full of glitz, glitter, and a surprising degree of reverence. There's talk of his amateur boxing background, his deadly left hook, and how he's not just a spectacle, but a serious threat. This wasn't just a gimmick. It was a weapon wrapped in sequins and sass. And just a few pages later, we return to Lex Luger in a multi-page spread that digs deeper into his new alliance, his shift in attitude, and his cool, arrogant reign at the top. There's a photo of Luger flexing next to Harley Race that captures the essence of this era. Youth meets experience, strength meets strategy, and babyface idealism left in the dust. One of the true gems of this issue is The Enforcers from A to Z, a heel's manual penned by Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko, listing tactics from A for ankle grab to Z for Zbyszko stalling. It's pure wrestling theater. So these aren't just tricks. They're lessons in psychology, timing, and how to win by bending the rules just short of snapping them. You read it, and suddenly every Enforcers match you ever saw makes more sense. And then comes The Third Degree with Scott Steiner. Still years away from becoming Big Papa Pump, this Scott is all intensity, focused on rehab and revenge, and reminding everyone just how dangerous the Frankensteiner really is. He's humble, but there's an undercurrent of raw power and a simmering desire to break loose from the tag team mold. Add to that a travel feature where Dustin Rhodes visits the Alamo. Yes, the Alamo, and you get a dose of Americana mixed with kayfabe family pride. We also get Missy Hyatt delivering a classic parting shot, oozing personality while never quite playing by the rules. Paul E. dangerously shows up in the Ganger Zone, right, where even in just a few lines, his voice practically leaps off the page, conniving, chaotic, and always plotting. And let's not forget the wonderful absurdity of the ads. The WCW hotline dares you to run up your parents' phone bill with secrets and rumors. The merchandise section offers Sting face paint kits and embroidered jackets you just had to have. And that Pen Pal section connects fans from coast to coast. All of it charming, ridiculous, and perfect. What makes this issue stand out is how much of it is spent trying to steady the ship post-Flair. And yet that instability is exactly what gives it energy. Every article, every photo, even every fan letter feels like it's trying to define what WCW is now. Who's the face of the company? Is it Luger, Sting, the Steiners, the Enforcers? And who's lurking just beneath the spotlight, waiting to break through? Reading this issue today is like holding a snapshot of WCW during a year of turbulence, transition, and bold character work. The drama wasn't just in the ring, it was baked into every word, every layout, every desperate pitch for attention. From behind-the-scenes shade to in-character bravado, it's all here. And in between the drama, the title chases, the rule-breaking guides, and the glittering left hooks, you get something raw and real. A wrestling promotion fighting to define itself, to entertain, and to leave a mark, even if it meant coloring outside the lines. So, if you remember the days of calling hotlines, reading match results from magazines weeks after they aired, and arguing with your friends about who hit the best finisher, this issue is for you. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into wrestling's wildest archives, because here on From the Pages, we don't just flip through history, we suplex ourselves right back into it.